Hey yo, salute to all my subscribers. Shout out to everybody else passing through. YouTube, podcast world, what's good? So y'all know I like to troll social media. I like to troll life in general. Anytime I come across anybody, have interactions with people, anything that's mentioned or anything I see online, postings that look like it's a little controversial, but it's, social shit that we all go through every day. Y'all know I like to bring it to the platform and let y'all go in on it. So what we're going to be talking about today is social media as it relates to relationships. Is it a requirement or should it be a requirement for people who are together, dating, married, living situations, whatever the case, to post, tag, share, their partner on their social media? There's some people out here that feels like if they're in a relationship with somebody, and that person is not posting about them, sharing them on their posts, tagging them in posts, or even on the flip side, like accepting, different tags that, that person might, put them in. There's people out here that feel like if you're in a relationship and you're not doing that's shady, or you got something to hide, or you trying to keep the fact that you're in a relationship kind of, away from being public knowledge. So what do y'all think? Like, comment, subscribe as usual. I'm about to go in on what some of my theories are. If y'all rock with me, y'all rock with me. If y'all don't, this platform is designed for people to not agree with me. I don't need somebody who's going to agree 24/7. For the people who do, the people out there who deal with the same shit and, you see it from my perspective, salute to y'all. That's real shit. But anybody who disagrees, I don't fuck with trolls, but anybody who in an intelligent way, who's articulate, who can voice, what their opinion is, even if it's different from mine. If it's done intelligently and it's done in a respectful way, I'm going to engage with you because that's the point of this platform. So having said that, though, I don't rock with the people who feel like you should be obligated, if you're with somebody, to have them featured all over your social media. For the people who do it, that's cool. What works for you works for you. Understand, though, what works for you might not necessarily work for the next person, and it don't have to. And there's people out here who don't post anything ever having anything to do with their relationships. And those people I got the most respect for because they just keep the public out of their business, period. But then there's people out here who will always post about their relationships, whether it's done directly or indirectly. For the most part, the people who follow you and they see the patterns of the shit you post about, we all know what's going on. So here's the thing, though. I got no issue with the people who use their social media like it's a form of therapy and they vent all their shit on there. I got no issue with that. I'm guilty of doing it, so I can't possibly tell y'all fucked up for doing it, because I do it. And I don't give a fuck. And for the people out there who be like, yo, social media is not meant to be like a therapy session. Y'all not supposed to be putting y'all personal business, whatever. If it don't work for you, don't fucking do it. But for the people that it works for, how do you know that that person who's venting on social media, using it as a therapy session, putting all their shit out there, how do you know that that's not the last thing keeping that person sane? We all got to have an outlet. We all got to have a way to vent. We all have our hobbies. We all have our vices, our hang-ups, whatever. Social media, to me, is supposed to be a form of therapy. Anything that you could do to release whatever stresses and bullshit that you deal with from day to day, I rock with it. I'm all for it. By all means, do what you do. Here's the problem, and here's why I think this topic is a little bit controversial. Because when you post about your relationship and the different things that go on from, one stage to the next stage, and, the normal ups and downs, the natural occurrence of things that happen throughout the course of a relationship. If you're the kind of person that's always posting the negative shit, and then you go to post something positive, the people who follow your posts and see your pattern, they don't believe you. Because you can't 1 minute, like every time we turn around, yo, fuck my kid's father, or fuck my baby mom, or, you know, whatever. And then when a birthday or anniversary or a special occasion comes around, they're the love of your life, when 2 minutes ago you was about to be in divorce court or be broken up or whatever the case. My thing is, if, you know, do what you do, but if you're gonna pick a route, you're gonna have to stay on that route. You can't keep changing lanes. It don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, either you post all the bad shit and none of the good shit, or you post all the good shit and none of the bad shit, or you don't post nothing at all. It's hard to flip-flop. And I understand for the people who be like, yeah, but you know, you got to acknowledge, when even people who are in fucked up relationships, it's good to acknowledge the good. Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, it's the way you do it. Like, for anybody that I rock with, you know, if their complaint is, or has ever been, that I don't, because you gotta, first of all, before I get into that, anything on my page as far as me being tagged in shit, people posting on my wall, that shit's got to be approved by me. So if I'm with someone and they're constantly tagging me and shit, posting shit, you know, for my wall, but they don't ever see it on my wall, it's because I don't approve that shit. And the only reason why you can get, you know, locked into a place like that with me is if you've done shit throughout the course of the relationship that you need to be held accountable for. So if you with me, that should be understood. You know, if you out here doing foul shit and the whole world fucking knows about it, don't expect for me to be tagging you and posting you and having you featured on my page. I don't rock like that, because I'm not going to be out here looking crazy at the end of the day. We all have different tolerance levels, and we all deal with different shit, and we all at some point in time allow relationships to go on past the point that they should. And even when people do fucked up shit, there's a lot of us out here who will let our relationships continue. I'm guilty of it. We all guilty of it. The difference is with a person like me, once you start to get to a point with me where I see like I can't really rock with you on like a trust level, it's a lot of extra like shit that's not going to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be promoting you on my page. It's not going to be a lot of posts and tags and all this extra cute shit, because I just don't rock with you on that level like that. For the people who do it, they choose to do it. It shouldn't be a requirement though. If you and I'm talking right now to the people who are in those relationships who feel a way when their partner doesn't tag them and shit, post them, or their relationship status might be single. Look, my relationship status has been single for like the past, I don't know, 5 years or some crazy shit like that. Anybody who knows me knows I'm not single. I haven't been single for 5 years. You know, some people just don't feel a need to have that shit out there like that. It don't automatically mean it's some shady shit going on. It don't automatically mean, you know, that person is doing something they shouldn't be, or they're trying to hide the fact that they're in a relationship. You know, sometimes there's shit that goes on in a person's life, you know, from day to day, that, you know, they just, for whatever reason, might choose to keep certain things, you know, in the different compartments that they have them in. Y'all motherfuckers in today's generation just read into everything too fucking much. Like, and it's really fucking pointless. And, you know, this might be a little controversial. People might disagree with this, but if you're the person in your relationship who's always aggy because the person that you're with isn't posting, tagging, you know what I'm saying, got you featured all over their page, if that's you and you're upset about it, my personal theory about that is you got insecurities that are not being dealt with. Because, and on the topic of insecurity, when it comes to shit like that, anybody who feels like they need to have their partner constantly broadcast and promote the fact that they're with them, there's something else going on there, either in that relationship or with you internally. And anybody out there who has dealt with this, you know, their girlfriend or their wife or whoever always pissed off about them, like, yo, why is your status this, or why do you never post pictures of or whatever the case, yo, do not feel obligated to do that shit. If that person's insecure, fuck what people say, fuck the popular opinion, fuck what these so-called experts, relationship experts say. You are not responsible for the next person's insecurities. That shit starts and ends with you. If you got a problem with your security level about something, that's on you. Either choose to leave that relationship if you feel like your partner is the cause of your insecurity, or don't leave it. but you can't change anybody. People are who they are. They're going to be who they're going to be. People will only ever change for the better or for the worse if they choose to, regardless of whatever fucking books y'all read, movies y'all watched, whatever the fuck you think it is. Nobody's going to change because of or for another person. The shit ain't it just ain't gonna happen. It just is what it is. We are who the fuck we are, especially if you're in my age group. By the time you hit age 26, whoever you are on the personality level, whatever traits, characteristics you have after age 26, yo, you pretty much could just wrap it up. That's who the fuck you're gonna be for the rest of your life. Now, if you 18, 19, 20, 16, whatever, you're still growing, developing. You're still, your mind is still being developed and still being altered by the things you're experiencing from day to day. You don't really know until you get into your late 20s, early 30s. That's when you really start to have a clear perception of who you are, the kind of person you are, what you rock with, what you don't, and how you want to move, throughout different situations. Let me know what y'all think, though, as it pertains to the whole relationship and social media, tagging and posting. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all know how I do. Open door policy. Clown me if y'all want. Negative comments if y'all want. I'm only going to respond to the respectful shit, the intelligent shit. When I bring shit to my platform, I don't do it as a self-proclaimed expert in anything. I just bring it to y'all so that we can have the discussion. The only way to really get all these relationship issues that we deal with and communication issues that we all have with each other, the only way to get all this shit to a place where we can all be amicable and everything could be, copacetic between all parties involved, is to just have the discussion. Sometimes you just got to bring a topic up and let people go in on it and see what the fuck happens. It's not always about agreeing or being disagreeable. Sometimes it's just about airing out those issues. That way people could kind of get a better understanding and perspective of where you are and how your mind works. I don't pretend to know everything. I just know what I know. Let me know what y'all think, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace and love.